Kenneth Moton, who is in Camden, as we continue our tour of the tri-state area. Kenneth?
Jim, off and on, we've been thrown around by the winds here on Delaware Avenue here in Camden. But right now, I want to get you a live update on exactly what's been happening here in this county when it comes to Sandy. County Freeholder Ian Leonard joining me right now. Thank you for joining us. What's the latest that you can tell us about the impacts of Sandy on this county?
The winds have been particularly the worst thing. The rain is much less than what we thought it would be. The gusts now are the concern, with a lot of power lines that are down and trees that continue to go down, and what can typically be what our concerns are for the next 12 hours.
I spoke to you a few hours ago. You've been working around the clock. I know you said this is your 16th hour now or so. I know when I spoke to you at the Emergency Operations Center in Lindenwold, there were a lot of concerns about down trees, down power lines, also getting to people who may have injuries. We've lucked out there, correct? There haven't been any major incidents that have happened.
No, that's correct. It's just been pretty much down power lines, people without power, which we're fortunate for, because it could have been much worse. And
you said you think that the power outages, as you mentioned, the biggest issue right now here in Camden County?
Down trees, down power lines, just get people's power back on, which we know probably will not happen for at least a couple days or a week.
All right, County Freeholder Ian Leonard joining me live right here on Delaware Avenue to give us the latest on the conditions here in Camden County. As I mentioned, we spoke with him earlier. You're about to see him again as we rode around Burlington and Camden counties, seeing the sights and sounds of the impacts of Sandy. It's a whipping wind that just won't quit, and neither will the rain in Camden and Burlington counties tonight. What's the message you still want to get out there to Camden County residents?
Stay home. That's the most important thing you can do. As the storm intensifies, we certainly want the motoring public and residents to be safe.
Dozens of roadways have been closed, localized flooding has taken over streets, and trees have been crashing down.
We were standing on our back porch, and you seen the ground was raising.
Michelle Vasquez was on the phone with 911 in Burlington on High Street around 5 p.m. when she saw this tree coming down. She warned her neighbor, but when the 26-year-old man came to check it out, the monster of a tree landed right on him.
I was terrified. I didn't know how bad he was trapped. I didn't know how far under the tree he was trapped. It was just his ankle, and he's in the hospital now. Hopefully he's okay.
Throughout the day, we saw people just trying to get through the impact of Sandy as best as possible. These kids in Haddonfield decided to have some fun while the rain was a little lighter this afternoon, but they had some strict orders from their parents. What did your parents say?
If anything gets crazy out here or anybody gets hurt, go inside.
And that is some good advice there to stay inside, especially because we just don't know what the storm and the impacts will do. And sometimes there's a lull, and then sometimes the wind just really picks up, just like right now. If you take a look at these trees here on Delaware Avenue, you can see them whipping just quite a bit. As we come back around here, let's swing this way here on the sidewalk here on Delaware Avenue, and take a look. The lights are on here on Delaware Avenue, but if you take a look at this sign right here, it was really going just a moment ago. You can still see it a little bit there. We try to stay away from that. And if you look at the traffic lights right there as well, you can see once again the lights are on, but those chains are holding on. But at any time you want to stay away from those, because you just don't know if those will come crashing down or not. We've seen it before, and we don't want people to get injured by being out and about and something happening where there's something down trees go over, these traffic lights come down. We just don't know. Things are around here and our conditions are unpredictable, just like this storm. As I mentioned, a lull earlier, and then it just picks right back up, Jim. So these are the conditions right here in Camden County and Burlington County earlier. So that's what we're doing. We're monitoring right here on Delaware Avenue. Reporting live here in Camden, Kenneth Moton, Channel 6 Action News.
Thank you so much, Kenneth.